How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson, and today I want to show you how to play Phantom Rider by Tora Tora. So this is a pretty fun and easy chord progression, sounds really good. It's one of those songs that kind of sounds harder than it actually is. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look. So we start off, we've got E minor add 9. So basically, if you just take the regular E minor chord that you already know, and we're going to add this F sharp here on the second fret of the high E string. So you can do it like this is the way I do it. I just do the E minor with my second and third finger, and then I pick up that second fret of the high E with my pinky. So we start off, we just hit the open low E, and that's a half note tied to an eighth note. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, or excuse me, 3 and 4 and. That's the first two measures. Then we're going to switch to a D major chord. So I've got my first finger on the second fret of the G, my second finger onto the second fret of the high E, and my third finger onto the third fret of the B string. Alright, so we're going to pick the D string, and then the G string, and then we're going to come to the high E, lift your middle finger off, pick that, and then hammer it back on, followed with the B and G string. So that's like that's the third measure. And then on the fourth measure, we pick D, G, B, and now we're going to take our pinky and we're going to put it onto the third fret of the high E and pick and pull off back to the second fret. So this is like D suspended 2 and D suspended 4. So you just want to keep that middle finger there on the second fret of the high E. So we're D, G, B, put your pinky down, pick, pull, B, G. So that's like the first four measures. Alright, and then going on to the fifth measure, we've got a B minor. But for this, it's actually, if you're new and you've kind of struggled with bar chords, this one you don't actually have to bar because the high E string is supposed to be open. So I've got my first finger on the second fret of the A string, and my third finger on the fourth fret of the D string, my fourth finger on the fourth fret of the G string, and my middle finger onto the third fret of the B string. And now we're going to pick A, D, G, E, B, G, D. So that's like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And then on the next measure, the downbeat of 1 is tied to the and of 4 of the previous measure. So we're starting on the and of 1. And, so the A string, A, D, G, E, B, and then we're going to play the open A string. So now, when we play this open A string, we're actually going to be transitioning to a C chord. So this is how I like to do it, is I'll go, and then I just lift my fingers off, hit the open A string, which gives me time to get over here to grab C. And we're going to go to the second fret of the A string to the third fret, drop your fingers on for C. So it's like a little pickup notes, a little walking bass line kind of a thing. fourth measure, D, back to the A string, A, D, G, E, and then take your third finger, do the third fret of the low E on the downbeat of 4 with a little vibrato, and then it would just basically start over again. So this riff is like the intro, and it's also the verse. All right, and then we've got the chorus. So for the chorus, we're going to start off with this D shape here. We're going to do D suspended 2. So we're going to first finger's on the second fret of the G string, and third finger's on the third fret of the B string, and the high E string is open. We're going to pick D, G, B, D, E, B, G, B. We have 2 measures of that. Then we've got D suspended 2 over C. So we're going to take that middle finger that we're not using, and we're going to bring it up to the third fret of the A string. And now we're going to do that same picking pattern, but we're going to start with A. A, B, G, D, E, B, G, B. 2 measures of that. And then D suspended 2 over G. So now we just take that middle finger, we move it from the third fret of the A to the third fret of the low E. Same picking pattern, but now our bass note is on the low E. 2 measures of that. So. Alright, and then we're going to go to the first fret of the low E with just your first finger, and we're going to play that, and then the D and the G strings open. So it's like 1 and 2, and then on the and to 2, we're going to go to the third fret of the low E. So the low E, and then the D, G, D. So. And then the next measure, first finger to the first fret of the A string, and we're going to go A, D, G, and then to the third fret of the A string, D string open, and then you're going to pick it again and do a hammer onto the second fret and a pull off. So. And then back to the D. So the D suspended 2. Hammer on to the D string, or to the second fret of the high E with your middle finger. So you hammer from D suspended 2 to D. And then we just go right back into another verse. All right, so there you have it. Phantom Rider by Tora Tora. Like I said, not too terribly tough. Really good sounding chord progression. And again, it's just one of those ones that kind of sounds harder than it actually is. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.